Hi, consider this a consumer complaint regarding the management companies, formerly Beuneas Communities LLC, and now, which have changed hands and sold most of their properties to Valley Income Properties, which is based in Tempe, Arizona. Okay, I'm a tenant. I live in Harris Place, which is now part of Valley Income Properties, which used to belong to Beuneas Communities LLC. In fact, some of the old signage is up. Now, here's some interesting shenanigans. First of all, when they came here in September announcing that they were the new management company, unfortunately, we didn't get it in writing, but there was plenty of tenants there that heard them and said, because of all the financial chicanery that Beuneas Communities was engaged in, like having 4 different leases in some cases, even though it's in the same complex, utilities weren't included in the rent, among other things, work orders taking forever, or some people owing ridiculous amounts of back rent because either the management either jacked up their rent all of a sudden in the middle of the term of their lease, that they would wash their hands of the debts and allow the current tenants to start over. Well, apparently that was a bait and switch, because yesterday, my neighbor down in 109, he was forced to attend a hearing for the Northeast Mesa Justice Court for being in arrears in the rent, according to the management company, because they wanted to sue them for a past judgment under Beuneas, claiming that he was, owing 3 months back rent, and yet they somehow come to, with the late fees and everything, to a ridiculous figure of $5,000. Okay, even with, let's just say, for a number, they're not even paying, to my knowledge, at least $800 a month, and they're trying to find work and everything, but $8 $800 times 3 does not come out to $5,000, even if you factor in the late fees. So that's one example. Another example, they're suing an 85-year-old gentleman by the name, I won't use his name without his permission, but they sued him in the same court, claiming that he didn't pay them any rent, when he showed me personally the bank records that he said he paid them the rent for this month near the end of last month, which shows that, the amount and everything, the check number, etc. And last December, near the end of last December, they also decided to play games with me by saying that, quote, "Oh, it's the holidays. Your rent check got lost in the mail. Can you fill out another one?" And I'm on Section 8, so I'm paying my portion of the rent is like $245 a month. So, that being said, so I filled out a rent check for $245. I'm like, why is this taking so long to process? Okay, and they're like, "Oh, it got lost. Fill out another one." So I filled out another one. It's like, "Oh, we can't read or accept this one." And, so they asked me to fill out a third one. So I filled out a third one and I sent it off in the mail. Well, come near the middle or near the end of January, they cashed 2 checks for $245 down to the check number, and they overdraw my account. I'm like, guys, that is not cool. Okay, I have to explain this to my bank why this happened, and and recently, because of that, among other things, they said I was too risky and dropped me as a client. Gee, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. And with the so, and they've been doing that. I've been talking with some of the other tenants. They have a nasty little habit of doing that. Plus, these guys are advertising a move-in special for prospective tenants for only $650 a month for studio or 1-bedroom apartments, and that's all they have around here. Meanwhile, me and other people are paying currently, as it stands right now, anywhere from 800 to 977 to north of $1,200 a month. How come we're not getting that deal? And so, some of us utilities are included, some of them are not. Some of them utilities are not included. So, to AG General Chris Mays, might want to look into these guys along with the local media. Have fun.